Hi Fumi, thank you for being here today. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you.
As you already know, we're here today to speak on a very interesting topic regarding the Black History Month. We entered last week, and also the blockbuster movie The Black Panther. So tell me how you felt when you first heard about the Black Panther coming out.
Well, when I say we, my family and I, we've always been big fans of Marvel films. And then when we heard that Black Panther was going to be a lead character, we were very excited. And we wanted to make sure that we were among the first people to watch it in the cinema. So, yeah, very excited. Felt very positive about it.
Excitement.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
It is said that the whole concept of the film is a celebration of the Black culture. How does this make you feel?
Great, because usually in films that have black characters, it can be quite depressing, negative stories, or stories of drugs, exploitation, and so to have a film that was just so positive, that didn't shy away from celebrating African culture, so through the costumes, through the use of language as well, through some of the customs. It was just a very positive experience for me, yeah.
Amazing. Can you tell me what it was like watching a film that actually incorporates a superhero story into real stories of the Black experience and all these issues affecting the Black life?
So what I liked about the film was it didn't shy away from some of those topics. So, the fact that at the beginning you meet these characters who are women who have been kidnapped, child soldiers as well, which are real issues that affect people in different parts of Africa. It was very interesting to see that portrayal, but actually the positive side of that message, that here are people who are freeing these captives and working to create a more positive society for everyone and for their community, was a very good thing. Yeah.
Can I ask you what you think about the design of the country of Wakanda? Because, as you know, most of the Marvel movies are based on imaginative locations, but the portrayal of Wakanda just envisions Africa as a thriving country, beauty, ingenuity. So how do you feel about that?
It was wonderful to see positive images. For me personally, things like the waterfall scene really touched me because it reminded me of Victoria Falls, which is in my parents' home country of Zimbabwe. So the image of the falls and the emotions that it brought forward were just positive ones. As I say, some of the landscape and the costumes as well reminded me of particular countries that I have been to. And I think for the audience as well, when we went, there were lots of people who were dressed up in their traditional costumes, and just that positive portrayal, recognizing yourself in the images, recognizing some of the language that was used, and thinking, oh, I don't need the subtitles for a change, was just such a positive thing to witness and to experience. Yeah.
Great. What impact do you think the film has on young children when they watch a hero that looks like them on the big screen?
I think it's fantastic. I mean, for my sons, they could see themselves in Black Panther. For my daughter, she could see herself, she could see Shuri. Here is somebody who looks like me, who I can aspire to be. I think just the fact that now children have someone that they can look at, they can go to a film, they can look at and think, this is me, this is a reflection of me, is a wonderful thing. Makes cinema more inclusive and reaches out to everyone. Yeah.
And touching on to that, how do you feel about the lack of representation of people of colour behind the screen?
I think, behind the screen where decisions are made, it's important to have voices that reflect everybody. So in some of the stories, some of the depiction of Black people in film have been quite negative, have been quite two-dimensional. And I think if you're having more people behind the screen taking those controlling decisions, it makes film more reflective of the reality of the experience of black people. Yeah.
Because I asked you about the children and the impact on them, also the actor who recently passed away, what do you think about his legacy, passing his legacy on to young children, and as an actor and also the person?
I think as a person, I think the fact that he was suffering for 4 years and nobody knew it, and in that time he was making these huge films, but at the same time going through this quite aggressive treatment, is just such a positive example. The fact that he was going to children's hospitals, meeting children who were suffering, and at the time we didn't know that he was suffering too, is just an amazing legacy to leave. In terms of his character, you know, the positive portrayal, the fact that towards the end of the film he's talking about the fact that Wakanda should share the knowledge, share what it has, and reach out to others. I think all of that, for him as a character and as a person, just goes to support this positive legacy that he has.
Absolutely. Yes. And lastly, to conclude, for those of us who don't know, can you explain what Black History Month is and what it means to you?
So Black History Month is a time every year where we recognise and celebrate the contribution of black community and other diverse minority ethnic communities, celebrate the contribution that they've made to this country. I think it's important because people don't necessarily realise that black people have been a part of this country since Roman times. There's evidence of them here. And so the portrayal is often quite negative. And so it's great that we have that opportunity to teach people about black history within this country. For me, I'm looking forward to the day when we don't need a Black History Month, because it will just be part and parcel. It will be integrated into, you know, our society, into school curricula, into everything we do, that we will have this very inclusive, diverse country that just recognises the contribution of everybody equally.
Thank you, Fumi.
Thank you.
It's been a great pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much for having me.